Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to another episode of Intuitive Creators Spotlight. Here we have amazing guests who share their stories to inspire the world because we learn from every beautiful story. Today we have Laura here. She is the founder of the Interior Alchemy. She's a spiritual psychologist, Feng Shui expert, interior designer, and she does so many more beautiful things. I cannot wait for her to share all of this with us here today. I'm Stella, your host, and I welcome you to this channel. If you're new to us, please subscribe, watch this video, let us know your thoughts, and stay tuned for more episode. Hi, Laura, welcome to this interview.
Hi, Stella. I'm really excited to talk to you. Very happy to be here.
Same here. I'm super excited, and I know you have a wealth of knowledge about so many different things. And you're also in the process of creating something magical, and we'll talk about that too. But I know that you speak a lot about how our environment reflects our inner state. Can you explain how someone's workplace or home reflects their beliefs maybe or emotions?
Yeah, I can. I like to, a good visual is, you can use the idea of like a vision board. Your home is like a giant vision board that is constantly projecting to the universe, saying, this is what I want more of. This is what I want more of. But we don't realize what we're projecting. So your beliefs are your beliefs about yourself and your beliefs about life are everywhere through your home. And if you understand how to read a home and how to see what it is you're sending out, then you can make changes that are more empowering and more in alignment with what you want to be and how you want to show up in life. And I can give you like some examples, like, because there's so many. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay, so like, so let's say you have a habit of hanging artwork too high on the wall. So you're looking up at your artwork. Actually, artwork you should be looking straight into or even slightly down so you can go into it. When you hang things up really high, it means that your goals are out of reach. Things that you want are out of reach, and you don't even realize that you're doing it. You could have your entrance to your house might be overgrown with bushes. They're just getting really high, growing in front of the windows, things like that. That can mean that you're not open to new opportunities in the form of help, assistance, guidance, money coming to you. It's blocked there. And then it can also relate to things with your mouth, your jaw, TMJ. There's different levels of what everything means in your home. Your relationships, say, Stella, I have like a zillion things, but here's something you see a lot with spiritual people is there will be a lot of images of like goddesses. I was guilty of this too. Just like single women goddesses on the wall, around, everywhere. But they really want to be in relationship. But what you're seeing are these single, strong women that can do it on their own, contrary to wanting to be in relationship. So what that means is that there's something inside, a belief inside of you that I'm going to be alone, or I need to be alone in order to be happy. So that can be unraveled, and then changing the way that single women, you change it out for couples or twos of things or something growing instead of these strong single goddess women. So it's just kind of like looking at that, reading the space and what is this saying? And as you know, I can talk about this forever, but the most powerful thing that you can do really, 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 truly is clearing clutter. It really is that important, because wherever stuff is, clutter in your home, that area of your life is blocked. So in Feng Shui, there is a map that you can use to put over your home or your desk, your business, your piece of land, whatever it is. And each area, we'll just go with the home, each area of your home relates to a different area of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't realize that, oh, wow, that room where I just like throw everything that I don't want, that I'm going to go through it someday. I'm going to go through all that stuff. It has all the old boxes of my taxes and blah, blah, blah things. You don't realize that that's in your career area and you're wondering why you can't move forward in your career. That's why clearing clutter is so important, because every single thing you own holds energy. When you release it, you release that energy. And then with Feng Shui, you can direct it as to, this is what I'm creating in this area of my life. So it's empowering, because if you don't know what your house is saying, you could be sending out all these messages and getting back all of this situations, things that you really don't want, and you can't figure out why. So it's just a layer, it's a level of being in what's the word I want to use? Reciprocity with universe in a harmonious way. I know that was a lot, but.
And I love everything that you just shared, and I know how passionate you are about this subject, because we've had conversations in the past, and everything you mention is like, wow, for me, because if you think about it, right, the bushes that you mentioned in the front of your house, or the art that you're seeing around your house, or like the boxes with taxes and all of that, these are things that exist in our houses, but we don't always take the time to reflect on, actually, there is a place there in my house, and that's what's happening there. So I love that you're bringing all of this into awareness. And I actually love the example that you gave with the goddesses, because I do see people around me who maybe struggle with their relationships, or they are single, like you mentioned. And I think this is a great tip for anyone who's going through this kind of experience to, hey, let's take a look around your house. Like, what kind of things do you have around? So my question about this is, say, for example, there is a single person who has 5 statues in different rooms, and now they're watching this episode and they're like, oh my God, what am I doing? Now I need to change that. What do they do? Do they go outside and give these statues to another person, or like, do they throw them away? Like, what's happening from there?
Yeah, this is kind of where people get overwhelmed with Feng
Mhm.
Shui and then just go, I can't do this. It's really important to know that it's not about creating perfection in your home or in every space or every area of your life, because everything works in layers. It's about identifying what's up for you right now. Everything isn't up for you. It's not your career, wealth, fame, health, relation. That can't all be going on at the same time. There's usually one that's really kind of like, the root. This is what's going on right now. And if you address that one thing, and let's say it's relationships, and let's say that someone has a lot of these, statues and things, either in their main bedroom or in the relationship area of their home, which is the far right quadrant. If you could divide your home up, it's the far right quadrant of your home. That's the relationship area. Yes, I would suggest to those, you don't necessarily have to get rid of them, probably move them to the area that relates to helpful people.
Okay.
Like guides, helpful people, or it could be spirituality or creativity. They would go someplace in some other area. It's just becoming conscious of what's there and saying, okay, am I trying to be in relationship with the divine? Like if these statues are, Buddha or Mary or whatever, is that my main? That's what I'm looking for right now more than anything, not a relationship outside of myself, then fine, great, keep them. You're going into the nunnery or whatever it is. If you're trying to be in a relationship with somebody else, there's some key things that you can do in that area. And then once that starts aligning, then naturally other things will come to the forefront. It's kind of like acupuncture when, they say the master can put one needle and everything is harmonized. Or in Feng Shui, they'll say, the master comes to your house and has tea and everything changes because they've shifted the energy just by showing up. You shift the energy of your reality just by having the intention to have a harmonious, healthy, supportive relationship. And then you take the action, oh, I'm going to put this here. And this is the type of relationship that I want. And then every time I see it, I'm reminded. Okay, that represents relationships to me. Not that, this is an Egypt thing, but anyway. And whenever you see that, you're creating these new neural pathways in your brain that are reinforcing what you believe. So then everything's in alignment. What you're sending out to the universe can come back to you because there's nothing blocking it. You've cleared it. You've cleared it in your environment. And then you can look inside and say, geez, I wonder if there's something inside that is there a reason why I've had all these bags of clothes that I need to get rid of that are in my main bedroom? I've kept them in there. Why aren't I letting go of these things? Or why do I have all those old love levers? Or why do I still have the teddy bear my old boyfriend gave me on my bed? Or so many things. And then, you can look at those. You can look at what those beliefs are. And so doesn't have to be a big process of unwinding your beliefs about relationships. It's more of an aha moment. Oh, right. I guess I don't want something that so-and-so gave me in the past in my bedroom, especially if that represents relationships. But it means a lot to me. Why don't I move it here in this other area, but not there? So it's just making it all conscious.
Absolutely. And yeah, this helps a lot because then you give yourself permission to work with things in your house instead of allowing for those things to kind of overstep on your energetic field. And yes, with clothes, you mentioned how many times I am guilty of that in the past. I'm not doing that anymore, but I remember years ago I would buy something and then I would say, oh, I'm gonna wear this when I'm gonna lose 2 kilos, and then I'm gonna wear that, and then I would forget about it and will just stay there. But then how amazing it is to kind of refresh and change all of that. And plus, what you mentioned about, hey, you take that thing that symbolizes relationships for you or harmonious relationships, and you put it in that area. It's like magic. You are creating your own magic. Because that's like when people say you have to manifest, and of course there will be different terms for different things. But in reality, what's happening is you work with the field around you and you ask yourself what you need and you work with that. And how your home is so important. And I love how you bring these Feng Shui principles and elements with, you connect all of that with spirituality, and then you help people understand what's going on in their life in general, not just in their home. To everyone who's watching us, please check out the description of this video to see how you can connect with Laura, because as you can see, she has an absolute wealth of information and a lot of experience in this field that can absolutely help you in your life and to see like what's happening in your home as well. Now, Laura, can you share with us a moment in your own life where like applying these principles led to a major shift for you?
Oh my gosh, I'm going through the Rolodex in my mind. I mean, Feng Shui is, or being, I could also say being in touch with the energetic world is my lens. It's how I see everything all the time. It's actually genetic. It's actually genetic for me. so I can come into a room, a space anytime and feel what's on or off. At this, oh, it's your question. It's something I'm always doing. So I am always calibrating. I am always looking at things. I am continuously thinking, I want to activate, okay, I'm looking for this publisher. I'm looking for the next thing to do with my book. What should what do I do about that? I'm going to look at my entrance. How are things coming to me? What's going on there? Well, maybe I'm going to put in landscaping. I put in landscaping and I put in lights recently. And then I'm also going to look at an area that relates to, it's called fame and recognition, how people hear about you, how they feel about you, how they remember you or me. And there's certain colors for that. And I have, it's funny I'm thinking because I'm kind of feng shuiing myself right now based on our earlier conversation. What I could do is looking at that area in my home and adding the color red, adding something that symbolizes a wise person. Actually, I have this red wall hanging that are these three Chinese like wise men that I got years ago. And it's rolled up right now. It's rolled up like in a room, because every time I take it out and I put it to activate something, something freaking happens. I like for years, like I don't even know who these guys are. And I finally looked it up, and they have to do with longevity, wisdom, and compassion. I didn't know this. I just was attracted to this wall hanging. So maybe what I will do is I will take that out and I will hang it in the area that relates to that. And then I expect that something's going to happen. There is something called the 3 secret reinforcement that empowers your adjustments.
Mm.
So that has always historically been transferred from master to student verbally. I've never seen it written down anywhere, but it's a mudra, which is a hand movement, a mantra, a spoken word, and a visualization. And these 3 things together empower whatever item or whatever change, whatever it is that you're doing in your space, to really, it's almost basically, it's like a manifestation, prayer, visualization, all of these things all together to energize that thing. So that's what I will do. That's what I will do. But I'm thinking of it all the time. Like if my water fountain breaks, like, oh, it's not working. I can't leave those things because I know that water represents money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how money flows to me. So if it's just not working, something's not flowing in my life, or money's not flowing in my life. So I feel, my husband has to live with it, but this is all the time. It can be scent. Scent can change a space. It can shift the energy of a space. Yeah, I'm all the time doing it. But again, it's with the what's up for you right now. And knowledge is power. If you don't know what you're sending out, what represents what, you just like, what are you doing? That's why clearing clutter is always going to work. Every time you get rid of something, stuff, like a lot of stuff, you clean out your garage, you clean out your pantry, like those big things, something will shift in your life. It has to, because you just freed up all this energy. The trick is often when people do this, it's almost an uncomfortable feeling because your home and your body are connected. So when you free up energy in your home, your physical body will shift as well. And you'll feel like, I need to go shopping. I need to get new clothes. And I always tell people, like, at least 3 days, leave it and let the energy settle. And then let's see what wants to come forward in your life. Try and just leave that shelf empty empty space is good. Like, but that's the most challenging thing for people. They just want to put something back because it feels too bare. No, no, no. You just free the energy. Let it sit. Let it bloom. Let it do its own thing. So then the knowledge is power is like just one of the best things you can do. Just learn what areas relate to what in your home. It's super easy. I have a free map, a Feng Shui map on my website you can download, and it tells you exactly what to do. I have little ebooks that have videos that say, this is, here's how you do it. This means this means that, just so you know, and you can always refer back to it. For me, it's memorized. It goes in front of me wherever I am. But if you don't know, that's why I say knowledge is power, because then you can really start creating and curating your life with intention. And then you can let go, and you can trust that whatever is happening, whatever is coming forward in your life is really something that's meant for you in order to grow and live more in alignment with where you want to be with your dreams.
Absolutely. And it's like how we talked earlier about the fact that we can communicate with the energy around us and bring items that will help us invite certain things or situations in our life. In the same way, that which is around us communicates with us and is telling us, hey,
Yes, yes, yeah.
you are ready to change something, you are ready to move forward, or whatever the case might be. And I love how you mentioned about understanding, learning how to read your home, learning how to feel into the energy of like what's happening and what messages are being shared with you. Because a feng shui is very often seen just as a practical tool or guide for people to change things in their home that would look nice, or that would be positioned in a specific way. But I love that you bring this element of, hey, it's so much deeper than that. So I want to ask you this question, and I just feel like we can talk about this for hours and hours, because it's just fascinating to listen to your stories and your knowledge. What do you do when you have many family members in your home, and maybe you understand you need to change that thing, but they're like, no, 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 I love that. It has to stay there. What does somebody do in these kind of situations?
Well, with a family, when you're empowering everybody, okay, here's an example. I worked with a client a mom who was totally overwhelmed. She has 3 little kids, and one in particular was just very emotionally needy. And she wanted me to come in and help her in her house. And what was so interesting is when I looked at the little girl's, Leah, when I looked at her bed, and she's kind of like a dreamy kid, emotional, all these things. Here's what was going on. Her bed was underneath a window, just a big window, which can make you feel unstable because it's too much open energy for when you're sleeping. When you're sleeping, you want to feel held and safe. So she didn't have that feeling, and subconsciously, and from her bed, she could see directly down the hall into her mother's bedroom and where her mother sleeps. And she kept getting up during the night. So it's like really kind of obvious things that the mother just wasn't like putting together. Okay, so let's move Leah's bed so that, well, in her case, actually, we couldn't move the bed because she had 2 other sisters in the room and it didn't work out. So we used a dream catcher in the window. A dream catcher is a Native American, I don't know, what do we call it, talisman symbol that allows it kind of negative energy not to come in, catches your dreams, keeps the energy safe. We added that to her window. She added some blinds that she always now closes at night. And she was amazed that Leah totally shifted and started sleeping through the night.
Wow.
So It's most important in a family to strengthen the adults. Most important. Because it's sort of, they are the ones that dictate the energy for the rest of the house. So if it's two adults that are, I don't think I've ever had one person say, I want to do this, and the other person say, I didn't. I don't.
Mm.
I've never actually had that. By the time they come to me, they're either both on board or one of them is doing it and the other one doesn't care. Like, yeah, do whatever you want. But they're going to benefit. Everyone benefits from a harmonious, empowered environment.
Mm.
It's, simple as that.
Yeah, and they come to you because they feel your energy and how much you can help them. So before we wrap up this episode, Laura, that I very much enjoy creating with you, I'd like to ask for everyone who's watching us, maybe there is somebody who's thinking, okay, I do feel this kind of disconnect in my inner world. Okay, now I understand I need to shift things around. Where do I start from? What would be the first step that you can suggest someone to start looking at?
One of two things. Get the map. Look at the map. Just know. Just go. Just so you know. Knowledge is power. Just so you know. That clutter, that old stuff is in that area of my life. I can choose to change it or not, but at least you know, and it's not just unconsciously running the show. So that's just to inform yourself, those kind of things, and then reach out. I am super easy to get a hold of. I love getting questions. Most of the things, I mean, if you reach out to me on Instagram, or I'm interior.alchemist, or via email or on my website, whatever, however you do it. I love getting questions, and I can answer them. I can answer them live. I can answer them in posts. You can work with me directly. I do a lot of work this way, virtually. I'm also a realtor, so I'm used to going through people's homes. So we do a lot of FaceTime things, so I can really see what's going on with their home. But that's just the map, I think, that's foundational. And if for some reason you're resisting getting the map, then clear the clutter. Just free up the energy. Once you free up the energy, you will have more energy. And when you have more energy, you can make clearer decisions about your life. So sometimes if you need help or support and, just how to get rid of things, there is, I have resources for that. I have people that do that professionally that can help you if you need that too. So.
Mhm. I love this. And one last thing that I have to mention is because it's super magical and I know you're working on it. It is your beautiful book, and maybe somebody will watch this video immediately after we record it, or maybe they'll watch it a few years after that. So I just want for you to share just a few words about your book
Yeah.
so that people can check it out on your website.
Yes. So I'm writing a book. Well, I finished writing a book. I'm in the publishing process right now. And the book is called Piercing the Veil. And it is about explores the mystic layers of love and destiny and karmic resolution, why we're attracted to people, the positive, the negative, the challenges, the beauty, all the things that happen in relationship, and also the connection to the continuum of life, past lives, and how that works through our relationships that we have today. And by looking at them through that lens of a continuum, we can unravel painful relationship cycles that we keep repeating. We can learn how to unravel and stop doing that, and to resolve, so that we never have to repeat those patterns again. So it's a memoir. It's through a woman's journey of becoming, of learning how to stop trading herself for pieces of herself, for love, for acceptance, for prestige, how to reclaim these pieces of herself and then step forward in her own life, and ultimately realized that the connection that she was always looking for in relationships was really that connection to herself and the connection to the divine. So how you get there from that challenging relationship that you're in right now to that ultimate relationship that allows you total freedom, real freedom. So you can find out more about that by just staying in touch with me. There's a sign up on my website that'll keep you in the loop of when it comes out. And yeah, that's it.
That's super exciting. So yes, absolutely. Check out the description of this video, connect with Laura, and let us know your thoughts about this episode. And if you have any questions, just reach out to her. We thank you for watching this episode. Stay connected, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.